Hey everyone, my name is Gil. As Evgeny said, we didn't actually launch Mr. Miggles. Mr. Miggles was a CTO. So community takeover, but what ended up happening was Coinbase launched a marketing campaign around Mr. Miggles the cat. Mr. Miggles was a cat that went viral. Everyone was using his likeness, making money off of him, but unfortunately Mr. Miggles and his owner never saw it done. If Mr. Miggles started on-chain, he could have seen some money. He could have, gotten the more expensive cat food and all that good stuff. So what ended up happening was, with a CTO, what happens a lot of times is somebody will launch a coin, like one of these rug pulls, and the community basically picks up the scraps. So seeing that Mr. Miggles was a funny meme, connecting to Coinbase, and really kind of embodying the idea of empowering creators, the community came together and the coin skyrocketed. So us as the CTO team came together, we created a company called Pearl Labs around basically future-proofing IP. We licensed Mr. Miggles directly from Coinbase, and now we're creating these smart toys, smart collectibles in smart fashion around Mr. Miggles and other IPs to actually bring value and create actual use around the quote-unquote meme coins, which really are just IP. They're brands that people are trying to create, and we're helping them actually create a Web3 brand where community comes first, and then you build value and actual use cases around that community.
Hello.
Hi, I'm On-Chain Princess, formerly known as Soul Princess, and I'm just a trader. I also work at a dev shop during the day doing BD, building for like different DeFi protocols. But yeah, I'm mostly Solana trader. I started off as Soul Princess because I was like bull posting Soul after FTX and all that, and yeah, way back. I don't know what year. But during the bear market, yeah, I had like swapped from ETH to Sol, and then but I switched to On-Chain Princess because I've been doing a lot of stuff with like Aptos and Hyperliquid as well, and yeah, just like helping different projects in different ecos. But most people on Twitter know me for like my calls. I was like big during the AI season. Last time we had the Memecoin Summit.
Yeah.
Ironically, funny enough, I had like my best call, and I told it to everybody on the stage. I told everyone to buy Griffin. It was like at 1 mil market cap, and it ended up going to like 650 mil. So yeah, so today maybe I don't know if I have that good of a call right now though. But yeah, so I was like big during the AI meta, but now I'm like more of like a swing trader. I'm trading like lots of different coins every day. I already traded like 4 or 5 today, something like that. And I also do perps now.
What's your highest leverage?
For leverage, to be honest, I don't use that crazy amount. I think the most I ever did was 44x.
That's crazy.
Because I use Hyperliquid. So, but you can only
Bitcoin and Ethereum, right?
Yeah, so you can only do 44x on Bitcoin. So like that's why. That's really like, most of the time I'm usually scalping Sol or doing like narrative-based perps trades. So like on the altcoins, you can usually only do like 5x max, maybe 10. And with Sol, you can do max 20. So I'm usually doing 20x. That's like my normal right now. Yeah.
That's a degen. And have you ever full-boarded?
For sure. Okay, when I started trading, I started off by just doing like a 1 Sol challenge. Because first, well, actually that's a lie. So like way back when I used to just do like large cap alts, I think I just bought ETH or something. I think I told this story last time. I was just like scalping different random things, and I would always just put all my money on one thing and just like wait and see. But when I started doing meme coins, I was like, oh, I heard it's super risky, like they can just go straight to zero. So I was like, I'm just gonna try like a 1 Sol challenge. I heard people are doing that. So I just took like my one soul and I would just like full port it everywhere. Like that's what you have to do if you have like very little amounts of funds. Just full port it everywhere and pray. Full port and pray, and then yeah, so that it just starts stacking, you know, like my first trade I hit like 100x by accident. So like my one soul turned into a lot of souls, so it worked out. But it doesn't always, for sure. I think, but for me, every time I accidentally like, so what I do is like when I make a good amount, like I will move all of it to like my cold wallet, and I'll just go back to like my one soul challenge. Like that's how I made, because if I don't, I'll just run it back to 0, like gambling, just for fun, because I get addicted to clicking. So yeah, and whenever I just do a one soul challenge, I just do that again. But I kid you not, if I have just one soul in the wallet, like I'll lock in. Like I can't lose if I have just one soul. I don't know why. But if I have like 2 bands or more in the wallet, like yeah, I could lose easily. I could get rugged like that because I just start throwing it everywhere. But if I have one soul, I lock in. I don't know what it is. So that's what I recommend. Just put one soul in your wallet.
Gil, what is the recommendation? What do you think of this next?
What? Sorry, what's the?
Like the recommendation, what do you think you're gonna, do you have any calls?
So I'm in this one AI play now that I really like, and kind of from my intro you could kind of guess I'm really into kind of utility and IP together. I think it's very important to have something that people can get behind, like a good story, some lore, community. So I really like this one play right now on Sol called Nyla, NYLA. The team is like JP Morgan, Ernst & Young. They worked on the Trump campaign, and they're creating this beautiful story around essentially basically an AI that can basically on X and other social media soon, they'll be able to basically send, you can just tell it to send like Solana or other meme coins or really any coins to other people directly. And then, so every Twitter handle becomes essentially an address. They can basically send a launch coin. It's actually a launch pad where 50% goes to the creator, 50% goes to buying up Nyla, and they have a lot in the works. And besides that, just Miggles, obviously, I think we do have a lot of products that are imminently launching. We were just at the Vegas Licensing Expo with sharing a booth with Disney, Star Wars, and some other massive brands. So we're also just doing some amazing things, obviously, on that. But for the call, though, I like Nyla right now.
Yeah, the Miggles chart looks pretty good. By doing basic TA, looks like it's reached the bottom, bouncing off right now. For anyone who doesn't know Miggles, it went up to 200 million. Right now it's 331.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just look into it. One of my questions that I'm very curious is, Bitcoin been going up a lot, but no one is exposed to Bitcoin, because why to own Bitcoin if you can do degen stuff? So my question is to Gil, how much actually Bitcoin you have, percentage-wise of your portfolio? 0.
Which, don't tell my wife. I actually just left my full-time job at Samsung, and I went full-time. I went full-time per labs in the company. So I should have more in the safer asset, but I'm trying to maximize this cycle, and I do believe that Bitcoin dominance is going down, and which means Ethereum and altcoins are going to go up. So all season soon. Not financial advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also don't own any Bitcoin.
Number one Bitcoin, number one Bitcoin. No
Because
nonsense.
for me, if I want to hold Bitcoin, like I'd rather just open like a 44x long than hold it spot, because I mean, in the near future, let's say 6 months or 1 year, like I don't really see it going more than like 2 or 3x. So like I'd rather hold it like a perps position, because like then a 2x with a 44x long would be like 88x. You know what I'm saying? Like I just think there's more upside there, but also holding like long-term perps positions with that much leverage is too dangerous. So Yeah, for me, I'm not super big into. I have held Bitcoin before. When I like to hold Bitcoin is during the bear market, because usually Bitcoin is the first asset to like hit the reversal, other than like some other coins. Like for example, Solana was like, I don't know, $10 or $11 for a super long time, and Bitcoin had already like 10x by the time Solana started pumping. And then obviously Solana outperformed. But yeah, so during the bear market, I always flip to Bitcoin. Like last bear market, I bought Bitcoin, I don't know, at like, whatever the bottom was, like 15K or something. And the previous bear market, I did the same. But yeah, during the bull, just like he said, I like to try to like maximize profits. So I try to hold like more riskier assets.
Go ahead, one thing. Just one thing to add. So I mentioned kind of just Bitcoin dominance, which usually means that most people are just buying a Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance needs to drop to a certain point before Ethereum and alts go up. So kind of Ethereum's been a laggard for a couple of years now. Like Ethereum's just lost against all other asset classes, and now you can also just follow the money. You see that BlackRock's been buying a lot of Ethereum, and Ethereum is probably going to outperform even Solana over the coming months, which means that most of the memes that are on Ethereum are going to pump, and Solana memes should pump as well.
Sure. There is a lot of similarity between NFT crowd and memecoins, and NFTs that they pumped in 2022, and the high was 2023 beginning. And meme coins have a lot of similarities to NFTs because again, it's more of less fundamentals, less utility. There's no utility. The utility is your laughter. Do you think that we are at the end of the meme coin cycle? Do you think, because Pump Fund launched at the beginning of last year, so we're roughly about like 15 months into the meme coin mega cycle, you call, or at least Solana. I can make a note about it. Do you think the meme coins will die, or they'll just stay around? And just because like Doge is around, we still have Shiba Inu just traveling from cycle to cycle.
I think that meme coins have a bit more longevity than NFTs. A lot of meme coin traders came from NFT trading. I also came from NFT trading. And like what I will say, like one of the big reasons why NFTs died off is because and why meme coins actually solved a problem within this kind of like fun gambling realm of crypto is that there's no like liquidity for NFTs. So like you could buy an NFT and your NFT could go up and say it's worth $100,000, but if you list it and no one wants to buy it, like you can list it for $100,000 and say it's worth that much, but if no one wants to buy it, you're never gonna get that money. But like the difference with meme coins is like, and with Pump Fund especially, because Pump Fund solved like the locked liquidity issue. So now that there's like locked lick and stuff, you can just sell as long as the liquidity pool is greater than however much you hold of that token. Like you can just sell, you can full clip it out and get all that money, right? So
full clip it out. I'm gonna ask randomly someone. What is that?
You can sell everything at the same time if you want and get all the benefits. So like that's why a lot of people that they don't know about meme coins, they'll always say like, oh, you can't sell though. Like I heard it's just a scam. You buy it and it goes up and you can't sell. That's like the whole problem that Pump Fund solved. So now that you can sell, there's liquidity and stuff, like it's just kind of like, I don't think it's gonna die off because the problems have mostly been solved, and right now most people that like continue to do meme coins are like people that are addicted, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think it will like die off. Do I think like it'll be as big as it was? I don't know, but I don't think it really matters necessarily. It's just like a niche that people are interested in. And there will always be different things. Like when NFTs were dying off, a lot of people were like a lot of people I knew that they made all their income from NFTs. They were like, oh no, like I'm not gonna have income now. And then like literally, and meme coins popped up like right at the end, and then they just flipped over. So if like meme coins die, like something else will just fill it because there always is the need to gamble. People always want to gamble.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of meme coins that just die off. You know, it's kind of like, you know, with NFTs, like there was kind of just a nuclear moment where a lot of them did kind of go to zero, or they became illiquid. Nobody wanted to buy them. But I think there's a lot of value in some of these meme coins and their communities. And where kind of I'm focusing is around kind of the idea side of things, where, you know, in essence, it's a very unique thing to build a Web3 brand, because with Web3, you actually have you have kind of a superpower where you start off with a community, where in the traditional world, when you create a brand or an IP, you know, you created some character in a game or any mascot or anything like that, you need to build up the community. So with that superpower in Web3, you can actually build real value around those communities. And ultimately, if you do build value, like kind of like what Pudgy did during the bear market around their NFTs, they created a global brand where ultimately, you know, there's people that don't know anything about blockchain or crypto, or even know that Pudgy Penguins is connected to crypto, but they created a brand that people love and have fun with. And they did that by creating physicals and then building a whole ecosystem and community, and basically taking that community and just going global with that. So they're kind of taking that model. You can do that with other memes, and ultimately there will be kind of a dozen memes that come out of all of this that are 100, 200, $300 million brands that do work with the likes of, you know, Disney, Marvel, and all those guys. So I think, to answer the question, I think just like any cycle, there, you know, it will crash, but there will be a lot of memes that come out of it a lot stronger than they are even now.
So let's say if I have a meme coin and it went up, let's say 400,000. So I have maybe 20,000 holders, or anyone who ever held it and sold. What would be the next step for me to start growing the IP? For me to start growing not just the traders, but also like get some other people.
Yeah, I think it's really important to, I mean, with memes, it's interesting because you do have community, so you can tap into that community and really have the community create content and things like that. But ultimately, what you can do is, you know, hopefully your meme's funny, you know, right? As a community, and you're able to really, create really good content. You know, you create like actual physical products, digital experiences around that meme.
Like a serious development.
Yeah, like seriously develop. Like with us, we're creating physical products, digital experiences. We're even doing iGaming for certain brands that, you know, want to be plugged into that sort of thing. But you do kind of create all of these new distribution channels for that meme and for that community. Where in previous cycles, actually, like, even though it was promised, that never existed. The distribution channels never existed because blockchain is just too difficult. I have to write down this seed phrase, I need to do this. It doesn't, like, you can't onboard any normie, you know, that's another term, normies. You can't onboard normies if the user experience sucks and it's not fun.
I can't hear.
So now you're able to actually abstract blockchain where people don't need to know that there's blockchain or crypto under the hood at all. And all you're providing them is something that's funny and something that is fun and something that, and a community that they can, that they enjoy being around.
So you can kind of validate the meme on blockchain and the attention, if there's any attention behind it, and then gather those early traders, and then later on take that to the wider consumer base and try to build products, physical products, experiences around it.
Yeah, exactly. And usually it's based off of something that already has virality. So, you know, if you're able to kind of keep that virality going by building stuff around it, like, then it can become something that is viral for a lot longer and becomes more of a phenomenon.